Hello. Hello. Oh my goodness. This day has been so busy. It has been so busy here. I can't even oh my gosh, it has been so busy. I don't know about you all. I just feel like it's like so much, there's so much stuff. And we are going to have, I think we're going to have meditation this Thursday, so that'll be nice. Hello, everybody's coming in, yay! Always wait for a couple minutes for everybody coming in, yay! So, I'm seeing all my friends, with their, kids graduating college, and it's so exciting. And we're still 2 weeks away with my son, and I'm like, come on! I'm so excited to go see my kid and to celebrate this moment with him. I have so many things I need to talk to you about today. I'm trying to feel which cards we want to use. So, hello. What kind of readings do you do, Michelle? Do you do playing cards? You can read anything. I once took a class, it was a tarot class, and they had us reading snippets of ribbons. And it was so interesting because it was all different kind. Like the woman had gone to Joann's Fabrics and just sip stuff of everybody. Hi, Gina. And it was just a box of little ribbons. And when she was doing her readings, when she I had been paired with her in one of the exercises, and she had the cards, and she looked at the card and she put it down like this, and I'm like, well, you're not showing the sitter the card. And she's like, well, what does it matter? They don't know what it is. It's what I'm intuiting from the no, I know what it is with the card decks. I just am not it's just not what I do. I mean, I focus mostly on mediumship and the psychic work that I do as a channel, and also when I do cards, I use the oracle cards. So one of the reasons that I love the oracle cards, and Michelle has raised such a great discussion today, one of the reasons I love the oracle cards is because they are so clear for the recipients. And as a sitter, when I sat with my teacher, who I adored, and she read the card and went like this, and she's like, well, your sitter doesn't know what it means anyway, so who cares what, I'm just intuiting what it is. And I thought, well, for me, I'm a kind of a person who wants to understand, and I want to see it. And so I don't do the playing cards, the ace 2 3 4. I certainly can, but I have, but I don't, because for me the ability to, let me just grab a card, the ability to show a card to you and say, this is what this says, and this is what it means, and this is why it means what it means, I think for the recipient is really important. Because if you're going to get a card, then you want to be able to put to use the information that's coming through to you. If you're going to have a card or a reading, you want to make sure you're able to understand and to absorb it so that you can take that information and go forward with it. Otherwise, it's like, and then now you have to remember everything that the person said. So it's a great conversation, Michelle. And I always love when people bring up super cool conversations. But no, it's not something I do as a practice. And Miss Lynn, am I saying that right? I hope I'm saying that right. I never want to mispronounce somebody's name. So we do, we're going to do some conversation, which will have some channeled information, because I have to tell you all what's going on. And then we'll do a collective card reading for the collective, for everyone. And then at the end, so if you're new, because it looks like there's a bunch of new people, which is so exciting. So we will do card readings, individual card readings for you at the end, but it is at the end. So you got to hang in there with me, or, feel free to come back or catch the replay, something like that. So I have to tell you what happened. Because right now there is so much going on. Oh my goodness! Because we have so we still have Pluto, and we have is in retrograde, and we have Venus is moving, so we have and Saturn is moving, so we have these huge planets. And I know Pluto's not a huge planet, but Pluto has not been in our solar system, in our not in our solar system, in our zodiac, because it's so far away, has not been in our zodiac for over 230 years. So in the time that no one is alive has Pluto been back in our zodiac. So this is a really big deal, and Pluto is really about pushing on relationships and pushing us forward, and we're still in and reconciling things that we've been dragging our feet about. And here's the other thing, is that Pluto and you have Saturn and Venus are also this time within May, because we have all these retrogrades, and Mercury is still in retrograde and is about to finish retrograde on the 10th. But we know we have that shadow time. It's about 2 weeks before and after a retrograde. So basically we have all these big players that are going on in the atmosphere and the environment that are moving a lot of energy for us. And so not only are we being pushed to heal relationships, we're being pushed to release things that are, so when a relationship, when this kind of thing comes up, it's like, okay, because there are relationships for me that are not healable, and we probably can all say that, or there are things that I don't want to heal, or I just have no need to heal. And so those three categories are really, really important as we're talking about things like what is Mercury retrograde, and Pluto, who's talking about relationships, and Venus is also trying to get us to do with this information. And so you look at a relationship and say, okay, well, is this healable? Like, is it actually a possibility? Okay, so I mean, I could heal one relationship, but I'd have to go crawling on my hands and knees, over broken glass, and I'm not willing to do it. That relationship is not worth that. The return on that investment, and I know this sounds selfish, but I want you to understand, when we are being pushed from family, friends, from the universe, whatever, these things come up. Mercury retrograde brings these things up for us to deal with them, which doesn't necessarily mean go fix the relationship. The relationship is being brought up to be healed, but it's your thought process and your feelings about it that are being healed, that are being called to be healed. So I can look at this relationship and say, do I want to heal it? Well, I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, it'd be nice if we could be on a good way, but what is that going to cost me? And then again, and it, not trying to be selfish, but what am I going to get out of it? Because I know, even if I did crawl on my hands and knees over broken glass to heal that relationship, the relationship would be exactly what it was when I ended it. So why would I do that? And so when we look at these things, like, is it healable? Is it something you want to heal it? Do you even want that person back in your life? A lot of times the answer is no. We left those relationships for good reason. Honor that. And so when Mercury retrograde, okay, so is it healable? Do you want to heal it? What would the relationship look like? What could it look like if you did heal it? How much would it cost you? Would it take out of your energy? Would it cost of your life? What kind of a toll on your life would it take for you to heal that relationship? Like, these are really important questions. And really the biggest is, do you want that? And so the reason that Mercury retrograde brings these things up is not to you need to go heal that. No, it's if you're still holding on to any kind of a nugget of any of that crap. Oh, look, British Mail, you're a spammer and you're banned. Banned from page. Goodbye. See you later. Bye. If you're a spammer, just go now, because we have zero tolerance for spammers. So if you think of that relationship and you have any channeled information, Belinda, channel information. If you have anything that think them. If you have any kind of feeling that comes up when you have Mercury retrograde or Pluto, again with the relationship Saturn, Venus, these are all places that are going to spur us forward and push us to do stuff. Ask yourself, is this being brought up for me to take an action on that relationship, or is it being brought up for me to take an action on myself? Because 9 times out of 10, that's going to be the thing. I need to take an action on myself. Okay, so what action do I need to take? Am I still whining about this? Am I still pining for this? No. Am I still mad about it? There's days. There's days. So and you'll feel it. You'll be like, do I want this person back? No. What? Do I care? Yeah, I kind of care some kind of way. Okay, what is that? Happy, sad, mad, glad, jealous, nope, mad. Okay, still mad. Okay, why am I still mad? Okay, and to be fair, I really am not, but I'm just using it as an example. Why am I still, a little, teeny because I keep working on it, right? Okay, so what is it I'm mad about? Okay, I'm mad about crappy things they did. I'm mad about crappy things that they said. Okay, well, do those things really affect me in the long run? No. But, we have this thing about ourselves where we want closure and we want to be like, I want to be able to say that to that person. Is that going to change anything? No. Okay, it's not going to change anything. Then you know what? I'm going to say it into thin air. I'm going to write it in a letter that I'm going to throw away or burn or throw it down the toilet. I'm going to do something that gets that garbage, that nonsense out of myself, out of my energy. Get it out of the throat chakra, get it out of the heart chakra, get it out of the solar plexus where it's the part where we judge ourselves. Out! Because we don't need any of that crap. And so if relationship stuff is coming up for you because of all this stuff that's going on, ask yourself, do I need to go, am I being pulled to go and heal this relationship, or am I being pulled to heal something that the relationship has left a piece of inside of me? Because most of the time that's it. Most of the time that's it. And the reason that that's it is because we left those relationships for a reason. Okay. Off that soapbox. Thank you very much. Okay. I'm something in there. When I get all fired up like that, I know it's not me, and I'm just kind of feeling my jaw wagging along. I'm going, okay, they're on a roll. So, for whatever that's worth. So, hello. Okay, so the other thing I want to talk about is it's still going to be bumpy, okay? And right now, because we are still moving through all this planetary shifting, and breathe, yes, thank you. We are still moving through all of this planetary shift, okay? We had the full moon. The moon is waning now. We're going to calm down a little bit. And we are going to see the end of retrograde in just a couple of days. But then at the same time, remember that we still have that shadow period before and after a retrograde. So Mercury may actually, is going to go direct, but the residual effects of the energy are going to last another 2 weeks. So if things have been going on, and eclipse energy is like that too, okay? So we look at the eclipse and we're like, oh, full moon energy! The eclipse is that way too. There's a window of cavitation. It's like, energy is not like turn on and off a light switch. So when the moon is coming into that eclipse, it's coming, it's doing the thing, and it goes back, So there's this period of time. It's not like, okay? So be aware that if things are still feeling like, the heck? You've got a lot of places you can look at. So for the why. Because one of the things that's going on right now is we are being asked to do the things that we have been squatting on. We are being asked to address the things in our lives that we have been procrastinating and pretending not to see. And and we all have them, okay? So, I've been talking about this book. There's literally 3 books, and I'm working on them, but I'm not really working on them. I'm working on my online class, okay? The next online class, beginning mediumship class. It is actually in production. We have been filming. We have a little bit more to film. Oh, look, if you're a spammer, Healing Elizabeth, just don't even post, because we're going to ban you immediately. So just don't even bother, okay? The minute you come in, we're going to ban you. I'm just telling you right now. So the things that are being pulled, the things you're being called to do, the things, if you're a spammer, just go. The things that you're being called to do, the things that are pulling at you, that you are pretending not to see, right? I have been working on this book. I've been working on the outline. I've been putting in the chapters, but I'm not doing any new writing about it, okay? And I knew that. And then when I was in New Jersey 2 weeks ago for this mediumship conference with my my cohort of amazing, incredible, and talented mediums, 3 of them, unsolicited, 3 of them came to me and said, I really felt like I had your grandparents here, and they were really talking to you about, look, Perry Reader, you're banned. You're banned. If you're spammers, just ban. Just go. I'm going to ban you immediately. See, Elizabeth was smart enough to listen. I know she's going to come back up later and see if she can get in here. But if you're a spammer, just go. I'm going to ban you. It's that simple. We have 0 tolerance. So 3 different mediums came up to me and said, I really feel like your grandparents are talking to me about this book. Are you writing a book? And I was like, 3 different people. And so where do we think that comes from, right? They didn't know. They weren't, anything. They really feel like I'm supposed to tell you this. I'm like, I understand. We're in a safe space. It's all mediums. A lot of the rules that we talk about do not walk up to people and start talking to them. You know, when you're in a group of 25 mediums, we all kind of like get in there, and it's a different dynamic. But Mercury retrograde, Pluto retrograde, Venus retrograde, Saturn shifting it in the zodiac, all of this is bringing up the stuff that we have been pretending not to see. And so if you are pretending not to see something, and if there's been something that you have been meaning to do, and I think I'm like, eventually, guess what? Because when we don't listen, we get the little niggle, we get the little tap, we see the signs, we ignore the signs, we get people coming up to us telling us some stuff, and when we still don't listen, we get the cosmic bitch slap. So it is time to get in gear for the thing that you have been pretending not to see. Which is why what you can't see is right in front of me in this is my Mary Kay office, which is a bigger room. What you can't see is this huge backdrop is right in front of me, because on the other side of it is where we've been filming the next online class. So I got to get that online class off the deck, and then we're going to be diving into the books. So there is stuff moving. And since I started to do that, it's been quieter with my grandparents. So I'm telling you right now, if there's stuff that you have been pretending not to see, like, it's coming. This time is coming, because this particular Mercury retrograde paired with Pluto has a mission, and it really, all of it has been amplifying itself when we add in the full moon eclipse, and we add in Venus and Saturn are moving as well. Okay, so there's just a lot that is going on with that. So all right, sorry, I forgot to put my do not disturb on my watch, and my son is getting ready to move. So all right, the other thing I have to tell you, because this all is connected, and then we're going to look this up in the book, The Animals, Spirits, Spirit Animals of Stephen Farmer. I love his work. So if you follow me at all, you know I do a lot of work with the manatees. I teach about manatees, I lecture, and I also get in the water to protect manatees from swimmers and canoes and kayaks and tourists and divers and stuff like that. So this Saturday morning, and if you choose to, you can go on my personal Facebook page. It's a public page. It's not password. You don't have to be friends to see what's on my personal page. Do understand that on my personal page is also my politics, okay? And if you follow me for any kind of time, you pretty much know who I am. But if you want to go on my personal page, there is a video that was shared by Save the Manatees of what happened to me on Saturday morning. I am not in the video because we never want to put the idea that kayaking next to manatees is okay. But when 35 manatees overrun your kayak, there's like, what you gonna do? So my job was to keep all of the other, thankfully they didn't go into the swimming area. So we had the rangers on high alert, and we had the everybody, all the canoes and the kayaks and the paddle boarders. Poor one girl got knocked off her paddleboard by a manatee that bumped her, and thankfully it wasn't when other manatees were around. So it was, we kept telling people, sit down on the boards. They can knock you over. Hold on to your paddles. Make sure all your stuff is secure, and back away. But in the springs, when 35 manatees come in, the springs are wide enough for the manatees and the people to coexist and to have a lot of space. But when 35 manatees are coming in and doing like this, and they're going all over the place, it's not so much. And so we saw the manatees coming in, and I'm looking, and I'm like, oh, there's manatees coming, because you can see there's a disturbance in the water that's very distinctive to manatees. So you can see them coming even if you can't see them yet. And so I paddled over to see who was coming in, and it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, wait, 20, wait, 35 plus manatees. It was an unbelievable experience. And so this is a mating herd. So one girl, lots of boys. But I'm also very clear that this is happening because they never come into the springs. I mean, they're out there doing their manatee things, but they never come in the springs like that. And so for us to have that happen, I mean, first of all, I'm so incredibly honored to have been the one who was on duty, and I'm grateful that I was the one on duty and not one of our newer observers who might have, had like, wow, even though I had a little bit of that. But all of that is happening because of all the planetary stuff that we just talked about. So it's a very cool video. If you're interested in watching it, please feel free to go to my personal Facebook page. But again, you're going to have to scroll down a little bit because it's been a couple of days. But it is a stunning video. And the manatees come in and out. They came in 3 different times. So you have 35 manatees go in, 35 manatees go out. And then half an hour later they did. And so that was my day. on Saturday. But it was just such a fantastic, where are my glasses? Fantastic thing. Oh, I left my glasses in my bathroom. But I also know that that happens because we have the manatees that are, they are also affected by the sun and the moon and the stars and the whole, the whole thing. So, got another pair of my little cheap readers from Amazon because I left the other pair in my bathroom. We're going to need those. So it was just a really amazing thing to have happen. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to grab Stephen Farmer's book and look at what the manatees tell us, because the manatees a lot of times are reminding us to calm down. They're reminding us to slow down. They're reminding us to breathe, right? Because I'm seeing the Messlin's comment and breathe. So it was one of the things I really wanted to check in, because I really felt like that was something that was really important, not just for me, but for we. Okay. So the manatee says, so it says adjust your diet to include a lot of green leafy vegetables by grazing and eating small portions a few times a day rather than eating 2 or 3 larger meals. Slow down to about 80% of your usual pace. You'll find that you can still make steady and consistent progress. Oops, hang on. Not sure why that happened. Okay. You'll find that you can still make steady and consistent progress. Stop procrastinating. Okay, so here, here it is. There it is. Right there. Stop procrastinating. Focus on what you need. I knew that there was a reason. Focus on what you need to be attending to and move forward with courage and confidence. This is a very nurturing time, both for receiving as well as giving comfort to others emotionally and physically. This is a time to put others' needs before your own so that you are not martyring yourself, but so you willingly and lovingly give your time and attention and energy where needed. Stop procrastinating and focus on what you need to be attending to in order to move forward with courage and confidence. There you go. All right. I knew there was a reason. I knew there was a manatee, something in there that we needed to check the book, because there just was. All right. So we're going to move on to hello, Panama City. Oh my goodness, how exciting. So if you are new, and it seems like a bunch of you are, thank you for being here. We're so happy to have you with us in our community of light. We're going to do a couple of cards that are for the collective, and then we will do individual card readings. So please don't say, please can I have a card, until I tell you, because what happens is then all of the comments get pushed up and I can't see. So I want to make sure that I don't miss your comments. I want to make sure that I am acknowledging you, and especially when we start to go in card readings, I'm going to be doing them in the order that I see them, not necessarily in the order that they may be on your screen. And then so if we're saying over and over again, me, then you're pushing other people out of the way. So not yet. We're going to do the collective card readings first, and then we're going to get to some individual cards for you. Also later this month, we are going to be I'm going to be a guest on Elias Patras, one of his videos. I'm very excited to be part of his broadcast, and I'm trying to figure out when we can get Elias to come and hang out with us. So the only problem with any of that is that I think I just understood. I'm like, how do I bring him on here to do stuff? But you know what? We're going to have him do readings for you. I'm like, how do I bring him on here and not cheat you all out of your card readings? I think I just got the answer to that question. I guess I got to call Elias. Look at her. So, all right, are we ready? So these are the cards for the collective. Okay, the information that you need to help you move through the week, besides all the stuff we've already just given you. So this, this card says, "Go the distance." Okay, well, I mean, I love when they listen, because the cards have ears. So go the distance. I think it's pretty clear. Just keep going. You're on the right track. Do the thing. Stop procrastinating. Do the thing. Aw, thanks, Beth. It was so awesome to be able to meet you face to face. That was so much fun. And oh my gosh, I have to post a picture of my flowers, because when we went to John and Elias's wedding, they give wildflowers as party favors for those of us who are in attendance at their beautiful wedding in Washington State. And my wildflowers are going crazy, Beth. And I have butterflies, and I just took some pictures of it the other day. I'm going to put it on my personal page. Okay. So next card. So go the distance, and I just put that back on the desk, back in the deck. But the second card, so we go the distance, and then we welcome back, Allie. And then we have buy the book. So on the one hand, we have, they're talking about the book. We understand that. But at the same time, the part that's for you all is we've got to keep going. We have to, there's not shortcuts. Oh, Debbie Reeder, you're a spammer, so you're banned. See you, bye. Banned front page. Goodbye. If you're a spammer, just leave. Zero tolerance for spammers, we ban you. Period. Okay, so by the book, this means not just, for me, do the book. But at the same time, it also means that we've got to keep going, that there isn't a shortcut. It's not going to do it by itself, okay? Which is one of those fun things that we tell ourselves when we're doing something that we're what do they call it? Active procrastination or creative procrastination. We pretend not to see the thing, and they're talking about you have to get in the game. You have to do the work. So the thing that we have been pretending not to see, that Mercury and Venus and Saturn and all the things are talking to us about doing right now, we have to do the work. And so it's not just going to fall out of the sky. So it's this reminder, go the distance, buy the book. It means you need to do the work, okay? You need to do the work. Welcome, welcome, Suzanne. Welcome, welcome. So this is our collective card reading. Hi, Lauren, I see you. So this is our collective card reading. So we're going to do one more, maybe two more for the collective, and then we're going to do individual readings. So hang on with me. We'll be ready for individual readings in just a minute. So, all right. So we go the distance. We buy the book. We had the manatees that said stop procrastinating. I love that. That's the message from the manatees. Stop procrastinating and do what you need to do and to move forward with courage and wisdom. And so this is the third card, which is thinker. This is the thinker. So we ask the cards, we look at the cards, we're like, well, where are we? Go the distance. Keep going. You're on the right track. What do I need to know about this? That's card number 2. What do I need to know about this? I need to know that I got to do the work, right? That we have to do the work. That whatever it is that we want, the universe wants to bring it to us, but it's not going to fall out of the tree onto our head. Okay, so we've got to get in the game. Okay, that's go the distance. That's do the work. That's buy the book. Okay, and then what do we need to know about this, to make sure that we are successful so that we can reach that finish line? Thinker. And this actually came in right side up, so it's not upside down where it says don't think too much. This is actually thinking. This reminds us that we need to be methodical. We need to be strategic about the work that we're doing, because while we are in that place where we're being encouraged to stop getting sucked into creative procrastination. So I would have thought this card would come in upside down. Stop thinking so much, but that's not what it is. It's coming in right side up because it's reminding us that we want to think about what it is that's important to us. We want to think about where we're going and what we're doing and why we're doing the things, right? Which is what we talked about in the beginning, right? When Mercury retrograde and Pluto were talking to us about healing these relationships, the first question I said, do you want to heal this relationship? Like, why? What do you want? What are you going to get out of it? So we're really asking ourselves this question of why. So Mercury and all the other planets are saying, here's a relationship that needs to be healed. Is this the relationship, or is it something in you about the relationship that needs to be healed? So asking ourselves why is a really important question. And so we get the thinker card in this situation is very much like, okay, remember why you're doing the thing that you're doing. Remember why you're getting in the game. Why are you going to go the distance? Why are you going to do the work, play by the book, do the work to move yourself forward? Why is it we're getting off the bench and stop procrastinating? For that the manatees remind us. Why? Because when we have the why inside, it's so much easier to keep going. When we have no idea why we're doing stuff, and I've told this story before, it's really hard to be motivated for that. I've been in Mary Kay for 25 and a half years, almost 26 years. And when I was first of a level where I could earn a pink Cadillac, people were like, oh, you got to get your pink Cadillac. That's the next goal. You got to get the pink Cadillac. And it wasn't motivating to me to get the pink Cadillac because it wasn't my why. Like, that wasn't why I was working. It wasn't why I was successful. It wasn't why I was motivated. It didn't motivate me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I loved driving my Cadillac for 10 years. It was great. But the why came in another way. Why I was working hard and why I was building my business and doing all the things was for these reasons over here. The Cadillac came as a byproduct of it. But the Cadillac wasn't why I was working. I wasn't working for the prize. I was working for the benefit of my family, the benefit of my kids, to be able to have cars for them, to pay for their college tuition. College graduation in 2 weeks. We're going to be done. All of that stuff paid for by Mary Kay and college funds and scholarships. So the why And the thinker part of it is really important. So we know what it is we've been creatively procrastinating. We know what it is that we need to do. And now we know the manatees and the go the distance are saying, let's go. And all the planets are saying, it's time to go. We don't want to stay in that place of creative procrastination, because then we're going to get that, you know, the pounding gets more when the more we ignore, the longer we ignore. It's time to get going. And that reminder by the book with all the elephants in line reminds us that that we're going in the right direction still, but we have to be the ones to do the work. And then the thinker reminds us to check in every once in a while to be like, why is this important to you? Why are you doing it? What is it that what are you creating to put out in the world? Why? Like, why? Because it's that why that's going to stir your soul. It's the why that's going to say, you know, on the days where you're like, okay, the why brings you back to the table. The why becomes really important. Now remember, if you've been hanging out with me for a while, at the end of last year and all through the beginning of this year, and it's still like a little post-it that's taped to my computer right here, it says our motto, our theme for 2023 was it's all about me, right? Not me, but you. Like, for us to be able to say 2023 is all about me, you, and that we are looking at what am I creating, what am I cultivating, how am I connecting with other people, and what is it that I want to create in the world. Creating, cultivating, connecting. What is it that we are doing to create, cultivate, and connect out in the world? And so here comes Mercury and Pluto and Saturn and Venus and the eclipse, and all of that comes together right now and says, what are you doing? So all of those things, the time is now for whatever it is that you have been creatively procrastinating. But make sure you know what it was. Why is that thing on your heart? What is it that you want to create and put out in the world, and why? So that you have that for when the days get frustrating and annoying and you're just like, why? Okay? All right. I'm going to get a little sip of water, and then we will ask for cards. So here's how this works. You're going to tell me in the comments one time, may I have a card, please? Or me, or however you want to say it. Oh, look, no. Oh, Lynn, wait, why is it blocking you? Hang on a second. Let me unblock you, Lynn. Unhide. Hello, you're not supposed to be blocked. Okay. You're going to tell me one time, may I have a card, please, or something. If you just say hi to me, hello, you get hello, but you don't get a card. I will not come into your energy unless you have said, I want a card, okay? Having said that, I do try to go in the order of the comments. So that and sometimes the spammers come in and they make the I don't know why, Lynn, your comments are being hidden, and they bump up the things and then we get a little out of order because I can't see the comments, because there's only like this small window that I can see the comments, and so if they get bumped up, I gotta apologize that if we go out of order. Okay. So let me scroll back up. All right, we're going to start with Miss Lynn, am I saying that right? Because there's not any vowels in your interviews. Yay, Beth. I want to make sure I'm saying your name right. And so here's the thing. When I come to you, have your question in your mind, okay? Have your question in your mind. And you don't have to tell me your question, but what is it that you want to know, that the card, so that when I tune into your energy, we're pulling the card that's going to come to your energy. Okay, so we're saying that, oh my goodness, so many exciting things. All right, hang in there with me. And we're going to use Colette Baron Reed's Wisdom of the Oracle today, because that was what I was feeling. And so we're going to pull a card for Miss Lynn. And then Noreen's going to be after me. I love that, because my sister's Noreen, but I can't really read for you. You can't really read for your family. So I get a little smile when Noreen shows up. So she doesn't spell it the same way. All right, so Miss Lynn, this is the card of Truth Be Told, but it comes in upside down. So this is very interesting because it really aligns with what we've been talking about. So I'm going to turn it right so you can see it. So you have this bird cage and the wisdom of the owl, and all these things are flying out of it. So this really is like, what are you ignoring, right? This is really so much of what is it that you are ignoring? What is it that you are not wanting to see? And I have notes on the backs of my card. So hang on, but I can't see it. Why can't I see it? Oh, Sorry. Okay, so I can see it. All right, so Miss Lynn, what is it that you are ignoring? What is it that is exactly, wow, this card sums up everything we've talked about for you today. What is it that you are not wanting to see? Where are you lying to yourself? And so this is something you really want to take a good look at for yourself, because we want to make sure that you are moving forward in the right way. But if you're moving forward with rose-colored glasses and you're moving forward in a way that, like, you know, la li la li la li la, and you're not really seeing the situation for what it is, you may be going forward in the wrong way, or maybe going forward in a way that's going to have to cause you to take the long way round. Okay, so as you're moving forward, there is something that you are definitely needing to take off those rose-colored glasses. There's something you are not allowing yourself to see, or you're painting the picture in a way that soothes you, but it may not be the truth of the situation. So with lots of love and hugs in there, we want to make sure that you are moving forward in a genuine and truthful way. Okay, so who's next? Noreen is next. Okay, so for Noreen, I always scroll down between, because I want to see if you have made a comment about what I've just said, and also if if spammers come in, want to make sure that they are that we ban them. Also, having said that, if you're a spammer, leave now, because we will ban you. And also, for those of you who may be watching on the replay, I see you, Gina. If you're watching on the replay, just know that we are going to close off the comments for after the video airs. So if you are watching the replay and you want to say something, just send me a message. And Lynn, I don't know why your comments keep coming up as hidden, but I keep on hiding them. So, all right, Lynn, Noreen. So this card comes in upside down also. It's the Peace card. It's the Peace card. And you can see you have this beautiful egg. It's getting ready to birth something. You can see the green colors on the bottom. It's green grass and sunny skies. It's all, good news. Something is good. But this is coming in upside down for you. So this is like, okay, where are you either not allowing peace, or are you blocking peace? Are you ignoring peace? Are people trying to make peace with you? Is there a situation that could be easily smoothed over, but you are maybe not either not seeing the signs about it or not picking up on those signals? It's really important that you are allowing these things to unfold in front of you, because it seems like, and I just got very congested about it, Noreen. So it's like you're really plugging yourself up to not see this, or really not wanting to engage in this. So this may go back to, this feels like this goes back to that, what we were talking about the relationships, like coming up to be healed, is really of like, is there a place where a relationship where you need to bring some peace? And this, again, may not be a piece of actually fixing the relationship, but peace within yourself about it. And so you are capable of turning this right side up, but it's about dealing with yourself with it. And what is it that where am I blocking peace in my heart? So I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps. We're going to do Ellen, Jane, and then Belinda. Scrolling down to double check. All right, Ellen, Jane, and then Belinda. And then I scroll back up so I can see your faces, see your names, so that I can connect in with your energy. So Ellen, this card is breathe, but this also comes in upside down. Girl, you got to just slow down. So this also comes in upside down. This is breathe, but it comes in upside down. This is a lot like the manatees. You got to breathe. You got to slow down. Just dial it back and know that everything is you're still going forward. You don't have to sprint, okay? This life is a marathon. It's not a sprint. You don't have to win the race, Ellen. There's things I feel like I feel this congestion in my lungs and in my throat. It's as if you are making more stress for yourself than you need to. Mountains out of molehills. Thank you. You're making something more than it needs to be. And if you can just step back from the situation, take a breath, walk away, take some time for you, and get a different perspective on the situation, because it feels like you may be allowing or creating more stress in the situation than it needs to be. And if you can dial that back a little bit and welcome in some light, then you would be able to see from a different perspective. So, and that will be more productive for you. Okay. Ellen, ooh, I feel like I got to take a deep breath after that. Okay, Noreen, I saw your comment. That's great. I'm glad that that resonates for you. Belinda. Belinda, and then Lynn, and then Suzanne Dominkovitz, who is watching us for the first time, one of our new friends. Welcome, welcome. There's many new friends today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, Belinda, here and now. Belinda, stay present in the moment. Look at all this amazing stuff. You've got this beautiful egg. You're birthing something new. The positive things are coming. It's a sunny day with clouds. There's just lots of stuff going. And look at the egg is floating in the sky, which means you're rising up. You're going up. It's being successful. You're up with the clouds. But you're coming out of the egg, which means it's happening. It's birthing. You're creating this. It's coming forward. It's coming. It's happening. Relax. Let it happen. Enjoy it. Enjoy it, okay? Let the juices flow. All these things that are coming up to be creative for helping you to move forward. You're going. Don't stick your foot out to trip yourself, and allow yourself to just let the universe unfold, because you're in a great way, and it's showing that you're moving up, and it's moving forward, and it's bringing lots of light into your world. You're creating something that is going to you're shifting an energy that's going to bless a lot of people. So just allow it. Don't second guess it. I heard that loud and clear. Don't second guess it, okay? Just allow it to continue to carry you forward. You've worked hard to get here. Ride that wave. Okay. All right. Ellen understands. Lorraine understands. Awesome. All right. So fantastic. That was Belinda. Okay. So we're going to do Lynn and then Suzanne and then Dorothy. All right. Lynn and Suzanne. So we're going to say, oh, a jumper card. Okay, that's the same card we just pulled for Belinda, so I'm going to put that back in the deck. All right, so Lynn. What does Lynn need to know for her highest and best good? Go the distance, Lynn. Go the distance. You're on the right track. Keep going. Don't give up before you hit that finish line. You're in the right way. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, look at that cheetah. Okay, he is running. But I know we're talking about slowing down. I know we're talking about, having this this time to breathe a little bit, right? But what they're talking about for you is that it is time for you to move forward. Okay, it's time for you to continue to allow yourself to go forward and to really put the gas pedal down, okay? But at the same time, that discernment is going to be really important for you, so that you're not just going, you're not running, you're not being busy for the sake of being busy, okay? So connecting with the cards we pulled before about going the distance, doing it by the book, doing the work, and knowing the why with the thinker card, add this in. It says just go, don't second guess, just go. Let yourself just run free, okay? Let yourself run free. So Lynn, be the cheetah. Be the cheetah. Oh, Belinda, you are welcome. You are welcome. Now, Lynn, I want to say one more thing about that, because I hear that. You don't have to, you don't have to be the fastest. You have to be your fastest. Okay? So this is not saying that you need to speed up. This is not saying that you need to be beating everybody. This is about beating your best. This is about being in competition with yourself. This is not about being in competition with anybody else. Okay, I want to make sure to clarify that for Lynn. Okay. And Suzanne. We're going to do Suzanne and then Dorothy. Okay, Suzanne. All that glitters, Suzanne, all that glitters. So on the one hand, it can mean that you have some financial abundance or something shiny coming your way. But on the other hand, it's also telling you, look a little deeper, okay? Tuck into that why, check into that why about what it is that are we doing, what is it you want? Why do you want it? Because the things that are like shiny and like, ooh, look at that, may not be what it seems when you dig a little deeper. Okay, so it's really important, Suzanne, that you are appreciating the things that have value, but at the same time, your discretion to really feel like, is that Is that too good to be true? Let me dig a little deeper on that, okay? So this is just a reminder and an encouragement for you to trust your instincts, because you have good instincts, to trust your instincts, that if something feels too good to be true, it probably is. But if it feels like it's the right move, even though it's shiny, even if it's shiny, even when it's shiny, you know, shiny isn't all bad, but it's important to use your discretion and use your own discernment, okay? All right, so... Lynn, I just don't know why your comments keep coming up as being hidden. So, all right. Dorothy, and then Beth, and Christina. Okay. Dorothy, Beth, and Christina. All right. Dorothy. Imagine, but this comes in upside down. Imagine the possibilities. Look at all that light and the clouds and the beautiful rays. And it's all going up. It's up. It's up. Imagine what's possible, Dorothy. Except for the fact that you have this card is coming in upside down, which means you're holding yourself back. You are being afraid to imagine. You're not letting yourself throw your heart over the line. You're not letting yourself really dig in and reach for what it is that you really, really want. So, Dorothy? Or am I? Dorothy? Yes, Dorothy. Make sure that you are allowing yourself to reach big, okay? Don't second guess. Allow yourself to reach big. Dream big, okay? And again, the same thing I said that I just said to Lynn is dream big. It's not a competition. You're not trying to dream bigger than everybody else. You're trying to dream bigger for you, okay? You allow yourself to dream bigger for you. This is not like, I'm going to be president. No, this is, I'm going to be better than what I was. We're only ever in competition with ourselves. We're only ever moving forward in a way that benefits and enriches ourselves in a way to make us better. I'm not trying to say it's all about me, benefiting me. It's about making ourselves better. We are growing and evolving, and so all of this is about helping ourselves evolve and to rise and to grow. That's what it's about. All right, so Beth Boyd. You're welcome, Dorothy, my friend. All right, Beth Boyd has some interviews. This is very exciting. So we'll have Beth, and then we'll have Christina, and I think then we might be, and then Jane. All right, so Beth and Christina. So Beth, and Christina also starting a new job. All right, and your comments come in like right next to each other. That's exciting. So maybe some of Christina's new job energy is going to rub off on Beth, who has 2 interviews this week. So that would be very exciting. All right, so what does Beth need to know about these interviews? And it feels like all that glitters card is staying in my mind, Beth. So I'm just going to, seriously, I shuffled. You heard me do it. And I'm telling you, this is the card that was on top of the deck. So Beth, what does Beth need to know? And I'm saying to you that all that glitters card, and I'm going to pull another one. I'm putting this one to the side, okay? But Beth, I'm just going to say to you that it's going to be important as you go to these 2 interviews, that when the job offer comes, that's like, woo! Feel it, walk around the office, feel like, is this the right place for me? Do I feel like I belong here? Can I see myself here? Because all that glitters was staying in my head, and then that literally was the card on top of the deck. You heard me shuffle, here it is, okay? This is, okay, here and now. So this card came up before as well. So for Beth, stay present in the moment, trust your instincts. You have great instincts. I know you, I know you. You have great connection to the divine. You have great spirit team that helps you and guides you. Trust them. Bring them with you. That will be very important to you. And so that you got a twofer, my friend. But stay present in the moment. Don't get distracted by the fancies. Okay? All right. So that's what Beth needs to know about starting her new job. And then for Christina, who's just starting a new job, congratulations on a new job. That is very, very exciting. Christina, as Christina needs to know, between 2 worlds. Okay, so Christina, You're stepping into, I love this, you're starting a new job because you're stepping into this beautiful bright blue, it's sunny, you're coming into the light, you know, it's been a hard time, you're moving into something that's wonderful and amazing, and that's awesome, but remember to leave the past behind you, okay? Remember to leave the past behind you, to allow what no longer serves you to stay back there. You don't need to carry that baggage with you. Leave that part behind, okay? So step forward into the light. You're clearly in a place that's a good place for you, and they are, you know, blessing that. They're blessing you for that. They're telling you you're stepping into the light, Christina. So this is really important that you are not holding yourself back, and you're not bringing the judgments and the assumptions that you had in the previous job, like, yeah, I know what's going to happen. Try and clear the decks, okay? Try not to bring that baggage with you. You're coming into a great new space, a great new energy. And they're welcoming you. They're happy to have you, and they're really, they're lucky to have you. So, but they're happy to have you. I can feel that appreciation, that they're glad you're going to be a good, you know, you're going to blend in well with this where you are. So this is going to be a great place for you. All right, so we're going to skip down to Jane, and we have Jane and Rose. And we have Gina. Okay, my friend Gina. All right, Gina, we're going to switch over to Instagram because Gina's been hanging in there waiting. And then we're going to do Jane and Rose. Let me scroll back up. Jane Butterworth and Rose Wissig. And we're going to have you right after Gina. Okay, Gina. Clean it up. Clean it up. Make sure that you're looking at the stuff that you need to let go of, the stuff you need to get out of your way, and most importantly, Gina, the stuff that is, the stuff that you're picking up that isn't yours, okay? So put down the stuff that you're not supposed to be carrying, right? Remember the 3 questions. Is this mine? You know, do I have the power to fix it? Did anybody ask me to fix it? Are you picking up stuff that isn't for you? Okay, so this is clean it up. This is that reminder that you've got to do your own work. Stay in your own lane. You're going in the right direction, sweetheart, but you've got to stay in your own lane. Don't pick up somebody else's stuff. Yeah? Okay. All right. So, yay. All right. Jane. This is flexible, but it comes in upside down. So Jane, where are you being rigid? Where are you being inflexible in your life or with people around you to really open? This is this time of change and shift with the retrogrades, right? This is this time, and we've got the moon is waning, and then we have the eclipses and all the planets and all the stuff we talked about. This is the time for you to shift, okay? This is the time for you to allow yourself to be like the guy, you know, those things they put out in front of the car dealerships with the air and they go like this. Okay, allow yourself to be that, okay? Now don't go against your principles or do something that you're not, like, that's not comfortable for you. But allow yourself to bend a little bit, because look how flexible she's being, and look at the green grass and all the ways to go forward, right? When we can be flexible, we allow the universe to create magic in our lives. So a lot of times we're going in a direction, we say, okay, this is what I envision it, this is how I envision it, this is what it's going to be. And the universe is like, that's so cute. We're going to do it like this, but we're still going to get you to the place you're trying to go, probably somewhere even better. But we get locked into, this is how it's supposed to be. And the universe is going, well, if you'll let us, if you'll be flexible with us, we can do more for you. We can create more for you if you'll be like the blowing in the wind guy, okay? So Jane, just a reminder to just be flexible. All right, and for Rose, last but certainly not least, make sure, Rose, last but certainly not least, Rose Wissig, go to the sea, to the sea, to the sea. It doesn't necessarily mean go to the beach, but to the sea, because look what she's doing. Okay, I don't know if you can see. She's hanging out. It's a little misty. The sea is calm. She's trusting fate. The universe is telling her which direction that she's going to go in. And this is not, oh, you'll work with Lisa. But look, the telescope is behind her. She's not concerned about where they're going. She's not worried about where they're going. She's trusting the universe. She's trusting. She's reading a book. She's just hanging out in the boat. It's all okay. Okay, so this is the reminder to not worry about the end goal. Just keep going and enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. That she's in this boat. It may not be a cruise ship, but she's in the boat. It's calm seas, and she's moving forward. Okay, so she's not concerned about where she's going or how they're going to get there. She's just letting the universe do the work. Okay, that is really important. All right, we're going to pull one card, like our last wrap-up card. And make sure you didn't miss anybody. All right, and oh my gosh, this comes in again, all that glitters. So this is a reminder for all of us, not just Beth, that this is, just to use your discretion, to use your sense. Right? Sometimes we have so much that's going on that we're like, okay, I'm all about trusting the universe. Do not get me wrong. Trust the guides, trust the spirits, trust them to help you. And I'm all like, okay, but at some point we also still have to use our eyeballs and our ears. Okay? So use your, use your senses, use your discretion as things are going forward this week, because lots of stuff is shifting. I'm telling you, lots of stuff is shifting. And then in that time, just ask yourself, does this feel right? And if it does, awesome. May not feel comfortable. I didn't say, does this feel comfortable? Change is never comfortable. That doesn't mean it's not right. Okay? Does this feel right? Not, does it feel comfortable? Not, does it feel easy? Not, do I feel like I can do it? Okay? Because it isn't about whether we can do it. Our job is not to know how to map it all out, from here to the end. Our job is to take that one next step and let the universe come and take us by the arm and say, oh, you're taking this step. Great, let's go together. Okay? So, I will leave you with that. Thank you for being part of my community of light, of our community of light. Thank you for being part of my Monday. It is my most favorite time of the week, is to spend time with you. And I'm so grateful for you to be here. And thank you for allowing me to be part of your community. And have a wonderful rest of your week. We'll hopefully see you on Thursday for meditation. And please always remember how very much you are loved.